ask directly. Yes, yeah. What do
Correct.
you think?
Sir, I do think that CSE has a greater scope than MNC, but I'm just confused between campuses, so I would like an insight on that. Like CSE Pilani and then MNC Pilani would be the first two, but then after that, I have a bit of confusion between the Goa and Hyderabad, and the MNC and CSE with respect to the two of those.
People from Goa and Hyderabad can answer it. Yeah, Harshit, you are a Hyderabad person, and we have a Adi also. We have two rivals. They will say for their campus, they will have to defend their campuses. Okay, come on, guys.
Yeah, so should I start?
Yeah, go ahead. So Hyderabad
Hello,
campus,
Anushka.
Harshit.
Hello, Anushka. Firstly, a very big congratulations to you. Scoring these many marks is not a very easy thing to do. So yeah,
Thank you.
congratulations on that. Secondly, regardless of whatever you choose, you'll do great. So now that these two things have been said, let's come to the actual question. Uh, Computer science versus mathematics and computing. Let's. I think mathematics and computing, a lot of people would have doubts. Let me explain what MNC is. I'll take 2 minutes for that. Now, a lot of people here might think that MNC is just a combination of maths and computer science. I would like to differ by just a bit. Since I'm a fourth year computer science student and I've done all the compulsory CS courses, one thing is very sure: computer science is not just programming. There is that. It is more about designing computers. So, to give you a very high level understanding of it, it is about how you design compilers. What is a compiler? Something which understands the language. How does a computer work internally? About the hardware side of it, and a lot of things. So it is not just about programming. Firstly, keep that in mind. Talking about mathematics and computing, since I've seen the curriculum, what MNC is basically it's a mixture of math courses related to, you can say, data science and finance, and some pure math courses as well, like real analysis and all that. If you are not understanding the names, it's totally fine. Just don't be scared. Don't be intimidated. And the computer science side of it lacks, you can say, courses which are deep into the computer engineering or the electrical engineering side of computer science, which I guess is really fine. So talking about a very high level perspective, if you are into jobs, if you want to, let's say, pursue a master's or want to do a job, you will be as good as you will be with a computer science degree, if not better. So personally, if I had this choice, let's say 3 years ago, I would have picked mathematics and computing over computer science. But I'm not telling you to do the same. So you can choose CS and then MNC, which is exactly what you're doing right now. Now, talking about the campuses, definitely go for Pilani CS, then Pilani MNC. That is there. Now, talking about Goa and Hyderabad. Well, since I'm in Hyderabad campus, I might be a little bit biased but I'll towards Hyderabad, but I'll try not being biased. Okay. So there are a few parameters where you can judge Pilani versus Goa versus Hyderabad. Uh, the first one is grading. The second one is, let's say, research. The third is placements. Let me tell you straight away, placements at both the places are at par. They're not very different, even internships. Since I have sat in the internship season and I've secured one, I can for sure tell you that the internships are not very different in both the campuses. Talking about research, I personally think that Goa research is much better than Hyderabad. You can even see on csrankings.com. So if you're into research and you think you will love to do something, let's say on the theoretical side of CS or machine learning and all those buzzwords, then definitely I would have preferred Goa. But talking about grading, let's say you want to go for masters or in general you just want a better CGPA. At this point in 2024, Hyderabad campus grades better. Now, for all the aspirants out here, you might think, what is grading and why does it matter? Firstly, it is different. So what you've been used to in school, college is completely different. In school, everyone gets like 9.5, 9.6, even like below 8 is considered to be bad, right? In school. But in college, that is not the case. The average CGPA is around 6.8 to 7, and you're competing with your own batchmates, which are more or less the same IQ level as you. So if you want to go for masters or anything, let's say even a job or a practice school too, which is a big thing, CGPA matters a lot. So if your aim is to, let's say, maximize CGPA or something, Hyderabad is better. For research side, I personally find for at least for machine learning, Goa is better. But will you go wrong either way? No, not at all. If you're still very indecisive, you can just toss a coin and decide. That is my take on Goa versus Hyderabad. Talking about CS versus MNC at both places, I would say if you're preferring CS at one place, prefer MNC at that place as well. do know that math will be a bit hard. Yeah, so that's my take.
Okay, thank you for the speech, Harshit. You have given a very
Oh,
good speech on computer science. Adi, you want to say something? We won't be answering that big, okay? Now he has explained, and we will answer in short. Adi, you want to say something?
Yeah, primarily I was about to cover those points only. If you are planning on, let's just say research, right? Research by far Goa is ahead, and I would say even in certain regards, it's ahead of Pilani, right? In certain aspects of it. However, when you're considering CS and MNC, do look into the course content because mostly whenever you look at it, CS, there is that buzzword of CS, and MNC has that part of computing, right? However, it's much more maths than people realize. And like I have talked to a decent amount of people, I know a lot of friends who were considering MNC, but they didn't really go in depth into the course, right? You will find the course material roughly available somewhere on probably Reddit or someplace. Do go through that. And like Harshit said, if you are targeting, like, let's just say you can play CS and then MNC and just see, you won't go wrong with choosing Goa or Hyderabad. Just look into the minor details of each campus, right? And yeah, it's majorly Harshit said everything, right? So I don't really need to say much. Yeah.
Just one follow-up question.
Yeah.
Harshit sir said that in the research aspect, he mentioned machine learning. So I just want to clarify, in MNC, the research aspect is machine learning, or like what is the research aspect if I do have to consider it?
okay, Anushka, first of all, I'm not sir, please. I am just like 3 or 4 years older to you. Don't call me sir. Coming to your question. See, if you, let's say, want to go into ML research or something, neither of the branches are bad. In fact, the BITS curriculum, sadly, is such that you will have to initiate conversations with a professor. No one will come to you and ask to do research or some project. So if you want to go, let's say, into ML research, either branch is fine. Math and CS is obviously more mathematical. So if you want to understand the mathematical aspects of it, so definitely go for that. But don't think that you will be blocked in terms of research in either of these branches. So yeah, there's that. Also, I'm in chats, I'm providing some link where you can see the mathematics and computing course description.
We have been joined by Karthik also. Karthik is also Hyderabad. Karthik is economics plus. What is your branch, Karthik?
ECE, sir.
ECE. So
Electronics and Communication.
he is economics and communication from Hyderabad campus. He is also a code student, and he is joining for second time or third time this panel discussion.
Third time, sir.
Third time. Karthik, can you, you're joining from mobile, can you, just put it in the landscape? That would be better. Yeah, next question, guys. Tamojit Ghoshad. Can we have you on the video?
Yeah. Hello. I have actually got MSc Chemistry and Biological Sciences from both Goa and Hyderabad, and BE Chemistry in Goa and Hyderabad. What is the possibility of moving to ECE from an MSc Chemistry and Bio dual degree?
So the process of getting a dual degree is different. Like, I wouldn't say it's easy or difficult. So I think so you've read up on the dual degree aspect. It's you get your BTech degree based on your first year CGPA. So in the first year, every student, like all students who join BITS, they have the same syllabus. You'll be studying common courses, and based on the first year CGPA, the individual campuses will decide the cutoffs for the different branches. There's nothing whether you join with MSc Chemistry or MSc Bio or Economics or Maths. If you have a decent CGPA, and a safe side is definitely 8 plus. If you have an 8 plus CGPA, you'll be getting computer science either way. But in general, there is a trend that's seen that maths students, that computer science as a BTech dual degree is majority taken by math students and economic students. So the largest, at least in Hyderabad campus, among the dual degrees, the maximum batch strength is in economics, and after that, I think so it's physics and then maths. So computer science is majorly the BTech duals are, most of them are from economics, And then I think so the rest of them are from maths majorly, and then physics and chemistry.
Okay, thank you. Just have one follow-up question.
Yeah,
How
yeah, sure.
difficult is it to convert a chemistry or a civil engineering course to an electronics communication? And is a BTech through dual degree the same as a normal BTech degree in terms of courses and labs and placement?
Yeah, yeah. So a BTech dual degree is exactly same as a normal single degree. So the only difference is that you'll be doing 2 degrees, and like the timeline of the coursework that you'll be doing would be different. For example, if I am to describe the dual degree coursework, so your first year would be common with all students. Your second year, in which your single degree batchmates would be studying their courses. For example, Harshad would have been studying FDSA and courses like that. We were studying our dual courses. For example, I had MSc Economics. So in my second year, I was studying MSc Economics entirely. So, and my BTech courses, they started once I entered third year. And by that time, my batchmates who were single degree, they were doing their third year courses, which length. So you can assume that in terms of the dual BTech degree, you're actually studying with your junior batch. So that is how it works. There is no difference. The coursework is exactly the same. You have to complete the same number of electives, the same number of DELs and OPELs as a single degree as a single degree student.
Okay. And how difficult is it to convert a chemical or civil engineering to an electronics communication after the first year?
So if you're talking about a vertical transfer, so I'm understanding that's your doubt, to convert like a
Yeah.
branch such as civil engineering to a higher like BTech branch. So the cutoffs usually for a vertical transfer are higher. For example, if I am to say, in Pilani campus in our batch, the cutoff for dualites for computer science was 8.1 or something. And in Hyderabad campus, it was 7.87. However, if you wanted a vertical transfer from one branch to another, you need to score an 8.8 or an 8.7 plus to actually have a chance. And the number of vertical transfers that actually happen are really less. And I would say it's tough to have a vertical transfer. It's not impossible, but it was on the tougher side.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, can we have some more? Mayank, would you like to ask? Mayank Sahu,
So good afternoon, sir.
good afternoon.
Sir, at my current marks, like I have achieved 252 marks. So I think I will not be able to get MSc Economics at Pilani, but I am getting the option of taking EEE at Goa and Hyderabad, and also MSc Physics and Math at Pilani campus. So my doubt is that if I take like MSc Math or Physics at Pilani campus and then convert and then take like BE Computer Science or BE in Mathematics and Computing as my BE degree in the dual program, will it be better than if I just take EEE at Hyderabad or Goa campus?
Guys, who wants to take it?
So I was in a similar situation. I was getting a single degree ECE in Pilani campus based on my marks in BITSAT, but I still chose economics at Hyderabad for another shot at computer science. I would say, like, it's your personal preference. If you want to have another shot at computer science as a degree, you can definitely take a dual course. But do keep in mind that the pressure, like the academic pressure that dualites have, is a little bit higher than what single degree people face, because you're technically doing 2 degrees in the span of 5 years. So there is a certain amount of academic pressure that you'll have to deal with. Otherwise, there is no harm in either taking a dual degree course or a single degree EC course. But also keep in mind, if you take up a dual degree course, there is a chance that if you don't perform well, you might get a lower branch in whichever campus that you're joining, which might be even lower than what you were getting in through BITSAT. For example, there was a chance that I could have gotten mechanical or even lower branches if I wouldn't have performed well in my first year. As the cutoffs are based on CGPA, your first year performance matters a lot.
So I had another follow-up question. Like, if I take MSc Mathematics at Pilani, then can I take up Mathematics and Computing as most of the courses and the course structure is same, or will there be any difficulty?
Yeah,
Uh,
I think I can answer that. Well, so currently the 23 batch who is now going to the second year, even the math students got an option to fill mathematics and computing as their preference. So I see no reason why why they will not provide that option to you. So yeah, even math students can take up mathematics and computing as it did this year.
I had another question. I have heard from some forums like it was mentioned that grading in Goa is a bit difficult than other campuses like Pilani and Hyderabad. So will it be better if I take if I put the preference for Hyderabad AE on top of Goa Triple E, or will Goa be better than Hyderabad?
So I'll take that one. So yeah, there is the case that Goa grading is tougher than Hyderabad and Pilani and all that, right? Uh, there is a factor of yeah, I agree that in certain aspects the average GPA of Goa is a bit lower than Pilani and Hyderabad. However, there is a certain component of the individual batch to it also, right? So as of currently, our batch, the 23 batch, which I am a part of, our averages and our average grading was better than Pilani in certain aspects, as far as I have the data, right? So yeah, there is this current trend that has been carried off on from previous batches, that there is that grading aspect of it, but it isn't as large as you might expect, right? And it entirely depends on whatever your interests are. Again, Hyderabad and Goa are relatively similar in their aspects, and again, it's like you might want to consider the location, you might want to consider other factors which are which will influence that, right? Grading is there, and if you are like probably aiming for masters or whatever, right? And if grading is that much of a hindrance to you, you can go with Hyderabad. There's nothing wrong with in going with either campuses, and I think everyone else will agree with me.
Yeah, one more thing. So since Adi talked about grading, I would recommend you to take up some other metrics as well. You know, if you're dead sure on taking up, let's say, an electronics branch, then why not talk to people who are in the third year or fourth year in some campus who are doing electronics. So instead of just focusing on what your CGPA will be after 4 years, which is a function of a lot of things and not just grading, you should talk to your seniors. Okay, if you do not have contacts, you can ping me. I will give you those contacts. But you should worry about other things as well. You know, which campus has better professors, which campus has better research, let's say, if you're interested. Uh, for what areas, because electronics is a very big area, right? For what area, which campus is better, you should consider these options as well, and not just grading. Is my opinion.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, can I go next?
We will call you. Don't worry about it. Chalo, ठीक है. Shaina,
Yeah.
go ahead.
With the new course coming in, the math and computing course, I was just wondering how the cutoffs will change. Will they be adding new seats, which will make it easier to get into other courses like MS with ECE? So my current score is 268, and according to previous year cutoff, I see Hyderabad ECE as an option, but I'm quite unsure of this new course and how it's going to change. So what are the predictions and what exactly is a possibility of happening?
Okay, see, Shaina, one thing which BITS has taught me is to never try predicting cutoffs.
Okay.
They are always something very different from whatever you predict. Could be higher, could be lower. So that is not in your hands. What is in your hands is to fill the preference order correctly. I understand as an aspirant, you will like to, know your branch as early as possible. But just trust the process and fill whatever you think is correct for you. I am not going to predict anything. Okay, about seats getting added or not, I think they're added and not subtracted from other branches. Although I'm not very sure of that. But yeah, you can expect cutoffs to decrease a bit because of that, but it could go up because of other factors. So there is no specific answer.
Right. And one more thing is we had spoken about this in the previous question, but just like a follow-up is if I do take an MSc course such as economics, how many people do actually get to take computer science as the BE from everyone who's competing?
So I can give like I know almost like MSc Economics has 86 students in Hyderabad campus, and out of that, I would say almost 30 people have computer science as their dual degree. A lot of MSc Economics students do end up getting computer science, and economics, MSc Economics in general, is one of the easier and more practical. At least if you don't know what's your field of interest, MSc Economics kind of opens the doors up for a lot of things. And with respect to your question, like I said, 30 people out of 80 in MSc Economics, they got computer science. Around 20 people got ECE and other electronics branches, or more, I think so. It would be higher, not even 20. I guess 30, 35 got like electronics branches, and the rest of the people were scattered across the other branches. So if you get a dual degree, you do stand a decent chance of getting a computer science branch. Your chances are best in MSc Economics, and after that, I would say in MSc Maths, then Physics.
Okay, okay. And in terms of these MSc courses, what about campus placements? Which are more preferred in terms of math, physics, and economics, as well as
So as a like um it again depends on what kind of job would you be looking for. But the most practical and sought after dual degrees that companies prefer are MSc Economics and MSc Maths, because irrespective of the dual you get, the technical capabilities and the analytical thought process that you develop by these dual courses do actually, like, the companies do value that a lot. For example, if you have MSc Economics, you have to do finance courses as electives. So the entire finance industry is opened up for you. And if you have computer science, then you have quant, then you have equity research, and like there are a lot of options. And if you have MSc Maths, for example, you have the data analytics side, and quant companies do value MSc Math more than MSc Economics because there's a lot of heavy calculations and analysis that is involved. So, in terms of practicality, I would say MSc Economics and MSc Math are the most preferred ones. It's not that the other MSc degrees don't hold value. It's that in terms of what the companies might be looking for, you will be completing most of the things through your coursework itself.
right, right. And one last thing about the practice school, does it work the same way for MSc courses as well? Because it's already an existing 5-year course. And
So, yeah, I got your question. So, practice school one, that is the same for like all students, including dualites. The practice school two, however, is a little different. As we have two degrees, we will be having two practice schools. So 6 months plus 6 months. So there's a trend in general that is noticed in dualites that lesser people actually sit for placements, because if you have a 6 month plus 6 month internship with the same company, on the other hand, the single degree students only have one 6 month internship. The chances of you getting a pre-placement offer with that company goes up like just skyrockets. So people, dualites, usually go for practice school, and after that, through practice school, 6 months plus 6 months, they get a PPO in that company.
okay, okay. So it mostly works the same way for practical one, but the second one
Yeah,
differ. Okay,
yeah. The second one differs a little.
okay, all right. Thank you. That's all.
Guys, the thing is, let's be little precise because many are there and we are done with 36 minutes already. Okay, so we cannot be very descriptive. Whatever happens later in college, there should be some surprises, right? I mean, initially, you just ask a main thing. Dev Raj S, madam. And whoever wants, please do not put in the chat. Better you ask the question. Chats will be considered. Madam, you are not audible. No, you are not audible. Meanwhile, Praveen.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello.
Okay. So can I
You
go
can
ahead
go
with my
first.
question? Yeah.
You can go first. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, sorry
Go ahead,
about
madam.
it.
No problem.
Yeah, so my son has got 252, sir. So I wanted to ask what is the possibility of getting, but I think someone has already answered that, the competition differs for each years, and, we cannot predict anything. So that's fine. So I'm expecting that, he would be getting E&I, right? And we are okay with instrumentation. We want to be in one of the core branches related to electronics. So I think E&I is also fine with it. But we wanted to know, is it worth it, worth the fees of BITS? So that's one thing. And the other thing is, he has got, via JE counseling, he has got in NIT Jalandhar, same instrumentation and control engineering. So we wanted to know, how we weigh between these two options in case we get E&I, sir. And the third question is we wanted to know which one to prefer for E&I, whether it's Hyderabad or Goa when we make the preference choices.
Okay, I'll answer the second question first. First one, someone else can answer. I think Karthik is a better option for that. Since second question was about NIT Jalandhar ICE, which is instrumentation and control, and BITS ENI. One thing, they're not the same, and that can be seen in their curriculums as well. Instrumentation and control is more towards the instrumentation side. There are very few electronics courses. You can once again confirm on their website. Electronics and instrumentation, on the other hand, is focused more on the electronic side. Instrumentation courses you only get in the third year. So if I were to pick one between them, I'll definitely pick BITS ENI instead of NIT Jalandhar ICE, just because these are not the same branches. They might sound the same, but they're not. Yes, someone else can take the first and third.
So I would like to answer whether or not ENI is a course that is worth it. So in terms of the placement statistics, recently semiconductor industry, as some of you might already know, is booming. And the highest packages that are the average highest packages that are going through the core, that is the electronics and instrumentation, electronics and communication, and semiconductor industry jobs. So if I remember correctly, the average package for the core industry was somewhere around 26 to 28. Harshit, you can correct me if I'm wrong. So definitely ENI is a branch that will open up an industry that is definitely going to grow and offer a lot of opportunities in the future. So there is nothing wrong in taking an instrumentation branch. And if you're concerned whether or not all the in electronics courses will have the same value, in terms of placements, there is a slight preference for companies in terms of for ECE over EEE and instrumentation, but that is only for computer science placements. For example, if you're sitting for a CS placement, sometimes certain companies might be preferential that only computer science students and ECE students can sit. EEE and ENI may not be allowed, but those are a very handful of companies. The rest of them, all branches can sit for placements. And the coursework is almost similar for all three branches, EEE, ECE, and ENI. The main changes in curriculum only happen in the final year. And those are in total 4 courses that would be there. The rest of them you can opt through electives and through electives. So there is nothing that is closed off in BITS. If you're concerned whether or not the opportunities would be available, the opportunities would be available. So there's nothing that would be shut down for students of a certain branch.
Okay. So on the Hyderabad and Goa preference listing, so which would be better in for the E&I branch?
I'm not really sure in terms of placements. What are the statistics for Goa?
Not on the placements, but on the faculty side, on the research side. So those are the things we are looking for. The more
Hyderabad. I can
opportunities.
speak for Hyderabad. Uh, I'm not sure about Goa. In Hyderabad, the electronics department is extremely active. There are like 30 or something research projects going on at any given time. And so, in terms of research opportunities, there is definitely a lot of scope in Hyderabad. There are like recent investments have also been coming in. So, I would say that for Hyderabad, it's growing and it's really good. There is nothing that you won't find over here, and all the professors are really helpful and they're actually good in their field.
Okay. So thanks for arranging this forum. So it was really useful. So one last question on, I think it would be beneficial for everyone also. So I wanted to know what is so much unique about BITS. So where do we go and see, what are the research things that, the students are doing? So how do we get to know, because it is definitely a quite a big investment from the parents' side, right? So I wanted to know, what is the kind of research and other things that is making BITS so unique? I mean, I understand that everywhere I go and search, everybody is saying, yeah, choose BITS, choose BITS. But what is the thing that makes it so much differentiated?
Don't you see us? We are so unique. Okay, go ahead. When I don't want to.
So I would say that in general, like right now, from like you said, it's a big investment, but I would say that from outside, you're still analyzing it from a research perspective or from a placement perspective. The real value of a college comes through the brand name and through the alumni network that it has developed. BITS is an extremely old college, and the students who have passed out from older batches and from current batches are in really high positions in all companies in the world and in all places in the world. So that is where the value of the college actually lies. So there is a referral system that is there in companies that you can reach out to people who are from, like, you can ask people for a referral to get your foot through the door for interviews and for positions. So uh, there is like a bonding that is there between like different batches and in general when you're from the same college, and when you have people who are in high positions in different companies, knowing people from the same college does really matter a lot, because then you have the access to that company and to all the opportunities that that company has to offer. That is
Okay.
like, in the long run, that is where the value lies. And in terms of placements, definitely BITS does rank among the highest. So immediately after college, the placements are amazing. And in the long run, the alumni network that you'll have access to would be would compound a lot, would help grow your net worth and your value as a person in general.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can I ask now?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Hello. So I'm, according to my marks, I'm looking at MSc options. And my doubt is, let's say I take MSc chemistry in my first year, and my second year goes by, sorry, my first year is ended, and I get a BE allotted so that it converts to a dual degree program. In this scenario, is it possible for me to change my MSc from a chemistry to, let's say, economics or mathematics in a dual degree scenario?
Yes, you can
Yes.
actually do that. So me and Karthik we are two out of one person when you ask this question. So yeah, we have a common friend who's done the same. He had math when he joined. Now he is in economics and computer science. He's also going into his fourth year. So yeah, that is very much possible. The cutoffs are just higher. That's it.
But how hard is it compared to like a BE to BE vertical jump or a MSc to MSc vertical jump?
So MSc to MSc vertical jump is usually easier than a BE to BE vertical jump. But just do not bank upon it that you'll get it, definitely. There is a branch of great criteria in BITS. I think you have to be in the top 5 people of the branch you are looking at. Let's say you want to get into CS, then you have to be among the top 5 in CS. That will be the same for any MSc or BE. So don't bank upon it, but yes, it is definitely possible.
Okay.
Do take into consideration the fact that from MSc Maths, for example, only 2 people were able to take a vertical transfer to MSc Economics.
Okay.
So, and their CGPAs were at the end of first year, if I'm not wrong, somewhere around 8.6 and 8.7, somewhere around that. So you have to be in in that category and need to have that level of a CGPA in order to even think about having a vertical transfer. It's difficult, as Harshit said, but it's not impossible. People are doing it.
Okay. The next question I had is in regarding to the number of seats for each branch. And I'm only interested in MSc, so I would like to know where I can find the data.
Is it not available on the BITS website?
The website, they've only given total number of seats. I can't find seats by program in each campus.
I'm not really sure then.
Okay.
I guess you can access like Reddit forums or something of the sort, right? You'll get basic rough data and consider that as unverified data only. Take a rough estimate according to that, because the thing is, each year when they take in people, the seat matrix changes roughly, right? And that's according to whatever the institute decides, according to whichever year. This year, things are going to shake up a little because of MNC, right? But roughly, whatever data you find, if it remains roughly constant, consider that as your benchmark, right?
Okay.
That is going to be roughly what is there, but just don't go ki exactly itna hi hoga, right? That is it.
Those are my questions. Thank you for hosting this forum.
Welcome. Anyone joining from Bihar here, apart from Nitish? You want to give chance to senior from Bihar? He is very, he's very much into since last. How many years, Nitish? कितने सालों से आप इसमें हो academics में?
12 years.
12 years. So he's very, too much into academics, and we were in the same hostel. He's my, he's my junior. He's my junior. So आपको कुछ नीतीश से जानना है तो नीतीश बहुत ही ज़्यादा explain कर सकता है आपको with respect to NIT, IIT, BITS. Very among us, he is most experienced in Indian education. Yes.
Most of the query ne.
हाँ बोलिए.
Yeah, sir. So I would like to know, like, I am getting like BITS Meshra, like EEE and ECE from like my JOSA counseling, and I can also get like IIIT Guwahati's and like NIT Agartala ECE and EEE. So I'd like which one is better? Which option is better from the 3 according to like JOSA counseling among these 3?
I think BIT Meshra is better.
Yeah. Okay, sir. So can I also go for like the questions regarding BITS from like? Can I also ask BITS related questions, sir?
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is for BITS only.
Yeah. So like my main question is that I'd like to compare between like mechanical from BITS-Pilani and like electronic and instrument from like Goa or Hyderabad. So which one would be better from like these two programs?
Actually, it depends.
Okay, so yeah.
Anyone can answer, like.
दूसरों को भी chance दिया जाए.
You can answer this. Yes, sir. You can answer this question. One thing, I have listed down some links where you can see course curriculum.
Samarth, I think तू भी address कर सकता है. Samarth address करेगा better.
हाँ तो
पिलानी का बता.
पिलानी के अंदर you're decisive between mechanical and ENI, right?
Yeah. ENI from Goa or Hyderabad.
ENI from Goa and Hyderabad. Okay. So the curriculum will differ greatly between these subjects, and I'm guessing Karthik will agree with me on this. I'm from manufacturing, and some of the courses match with mechanical. I got mechanical in Hyderabad, and then I shifted to manufacturing in Pilani campus. It depends greatly on your interests. Regarding the placements, I see if you're keen enough, you can get placements in IT or finance from any branch. they're not very picky about that. You just need to have a base CG cutoff, and then if you're aiming towards finance, you need to build your CV in that regard. Other than that, if you want to go into core placements, either in ENI or in MEC, then you'll have to work on your CG.
Yeah. So, sir, I'm asking like, which one has better prospects? Which one has better opportunities? Like mechanical from Pilani or ECE, ENI from like Goa and Hyderabad?
See, you're talking
Again,
about
that
widely
depends.
different things, right? You're talking about electronics and mechanical, right? So they are entirely two different career prospects, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
a really good mechanical engineer can fetch a lot of money if you're talking in that regard, and a really good electrical engineer can do the same thing. So anyways, you can succeed, right, if you put in effort. So you need to, like, that's the thing. We can't actually compare in that regard if you're speaking, like, which offers better prospects.
This thing carries
Yeah.
over, right? If you're terrible at CS and you're in CS, like you won't fetch anything. But if you're brilliant at what you're doing, these days what they want is super specialization in everything, right? So if you're
Yeah.
brilliant at one particular thing and if you pick up on that and you keep building on that, then you can build a scope out of everything.
Yeah. So like I also like to ask another thing. Like everyone is talking about these MSc dual courses. So like which one, like from MSc, like this, like converting MSc like first year and then getting like CSE on a second year is this part, and then another is like directly converting like BE courses. Like which one is like much easier, but getting a higher branch like in BE or from MSc dual degree?
It is
Getting a
definitely easier through MSc Economics. Like I said earlier, the cutoff for MSc Economics to get a computer science dual was in Pilani 8.13, and in Hyderabad it was 7.87. And in the same year, the CG cutoff for a vertical transfer from for example, from an ECE or an electronics branch to computer science would definitely have been higher than 8.6. So you can see the gap that exists for a vertical transfer. So that is one of the benefits that a dual degree offers, that you have another chance to get the BTech degree that you were like hoping for.
Yeah. Okay. So that will be all my questions. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Who is talking?
Sir, can I ask one thing for my son?
Madam, if someone is talking, can you please switch on the video? At least we won't have problem to recognize you.
Okay.
Okay, Suchitra's iPhone. Yeah, hello, ma'am. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. So my son might get computer science in NSUT Delhi campus, and we are exploring international program 2+2 for RMIT or US University, wherever he gets. So if we compare these two options, where should we land in? What should be our preference?
Actually, I'm from Delhi and I had NSIT CS as an option. Well, considering these two options, definitely go for NSIT CS. RMIT, it costs a lot. We're not even sure of what the future entails because the first batch is in their second year right now. I would not be, I would not take such risk and just go for an NSIT CS.
Okay.
That's his personal opinion, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. He said I. Okay. Yeah. Nitish want to say.
मैं भी सपोर्ट करता हूँ कि आप NSUIT का जो कंप्यूटर साइंस को आप चूज कर लीजिए, बेटर ऑप्शन है मेरे अकॉर्डिंग.
Okay. Sir, just for the sake of taking international exposure and MS for the possibility of getting MS route easier, we were considering that international option.
आफ्टर बीटेक आप MS के लिए ऑप्शन चूज कर सकते हैं, कोई इशू नहीं होगा मेरे हिसाब से.
Okay. ठीक है. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Daksh, you want to say?
Yes, sir. So, sir, basically two questions. One is that according to the last year cutoffs, I can get MSc in Maths in Pilani and MSc Eco in Hyderabad. So which one should I prefer? And second one is that is MSc really worth it if I'm getting tier 1 IIIT CS?
Who wants to answer?
So I can answer the first part in terms of whether MSc, like whether you should go for MSc Math in Pilani or MSc Economics in Hyderabad. So if in terms of getting, I'm assuming that because you were sitting for engineering, you still have some amount of inclination towards BTech. So if you want to maximize your chances at getting a higher, like a computer science or an ECE degree, I would suggest you choose Hyderabad campus. And of the two, that is MSc Economics and MSc Math, MSc Economics is in terms of the academic load and the complexity of the courses that you'll be studying. MSc Economics is much easier. MSc Math students have to study really hard subjects. And speaking from experience, MSc Math is one of the most difficult courses that you would encounter on campus. So, and as a dualite, you would be under pressure with your your BTech degree as well. So I would say it's not in terms of prospects, like I explained, the prospects are like equally good for both the dual degrees. But in terms of academic load, MSc Economics has the least and is more, I would say, practical if you want to go into like the finance industry or such. But that is my opinion because I have MSc Economics. But I guess everyone here would agree that MSc Math is more difficult than MSc Economics.
What were your other options? Triple IT. What was that
Triple
exactly?
IT, tier 1 triple ITs like Gwalior and triple IT Delhi and stuff.
Oh, you had triple IT Delhi and BITS dual degree as an option.
Yes.
And which branch in triple IT Delhi?
I can get at the max EC.
It's a pretty good option, I mean.
What about triple IT Gwalior? I can get EC also in that.
I'm not sure about triple IT Gwalior, sorry.
So is MSc really worth it? I'm getting
Yeah, MSc is really worth it. But also do take into consideration that IIIT Delhi has a very academic heavy coursework in the sense that they don't, I'm not sure about how they've structured their courses, but from what I read when I was looking at my options, they have a lot of academic pressure over there. BITS helps in an overall all-round development and in terms of research opportunities as well. IIIT Delhi does have a lot of good placements, but I would say that MSc Economics does open up, and like a dual degree in general does open up uh, like a large set of industries for you instead of just going for a single EC in IIIT Delhi.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello. Hello, sir. This is
Yes, Mr. Shafin.
this Shafin father here, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. My son has got a triple E in NIT Trichy, but he is more interested in computer science. He got a bit score around 294. Is it worth to continue study there in the computer science in Hyderabad or Goa in terms of placement and research point of view, sir? Can you please suggest that?
Go ahead, guys. Go ahead, Hyderabad.
So I'll speak on Goa and then maybe Harshit can add on Hyderabad, right? So basically, speaking about NIT Trichy and Goa CS or Hyderabad CS, both are great options. If your son is clearly interested in CS, yeah, BITS CS is obviously the way to go, right? And if you are saying ki research is there, then obviously Goa and Hyderabad are clearly good in research. And I would say if the entire inclination is towards research, then preferably I would put Goa campus ahead of Hyderabad because that you can see by the rankings and whatever that in CS research specifically, Goa is ahead, right? So if you're talking about clearly CS, then BITS is the way to go, and if it's research, then BITS Goa is the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, before I even answer this question, please go through the links which I'm sharing on the chat window. I've shared a lot of links for different course curriculums. Talking about research, well, I'm sharing this one more link where you can sort by Indian universities and see which university does what in what area of computer science and maybe even electronics. So do take that in consideration. A lot of people will not tell you that because I don't know why, but if research is very important to you, do take a look at this website which I'm sharing right now. Yeah, there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Chandani is there. Yeah, Chandani.
I
And
wanted to know what is the scope of MSc Bio and MSc Physics if my long-term goal is research.
Research in what?
In biological sciences or physics.
I mean, if you're very sure of that, what other options do you have? Do you have like ICER, NICER, or like let's say some
I have also
Institute of Science?
given exam for ICER, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it.
Okay, so if you're getting ICER and you're dead sure on research, definitely go into ICER. But if you're not sure, or let's say you want to explore engineering sites, then definitely BITS is the way to go. It's a very simple answer. If you're interested uh, in research and getting ICER, definitely ICER. But even in any other case, just go for BITS. That's it.
And specifically for physics and biological sciences, I wanted to know, is MSc worth it?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go into research in those areas, then definitely if it's the best you can get, definitely the professors are experienced. You can get foreign internships and all. One of my batchmates who is in physics, she got some internship in like CERN or something. I'm not sure if you've heard of CERN. It's in Switzerland. People who make like large hadron collides and all that. So yeah, it is definitely possible. I would just say pick your best option. That's it.
Okay. And what would be the better option along with MSc? Would it be CS or ECE?
I think you can decide that after your first year, depending on, say, first year gives you a lot of exposure, right? After that, you can decide that.
In my preference form, should I mention by MSc on top of my list? Because with my marks, I will not be able to get a BE course. So should I mention MSc courses on top of my preference list?
No, don't do that. Like, fill the order according to what your ideal thought is, right? So the way the counseling works is this: like, basically, you fill that in a preference order, and based on your rank, if based on like you arrange your marks in a descending order, the highest marks are on the top, right? So that person gets the first choice, and they start filling the seats accordingly. And then as you come to your position, according to your order, whichever is the first empty branch, right, or the first empty seat in a branch, that you will get, right? So anyways, you are going to get what you are getting in that preferred marks bracket, right? So fill that according to the ideal scenario. Don't place MSc on top. Maybe the cutoffs can change, right? And maybe you might get a BE degree or whatever. So fill it according to the ideal scenario.
Okay, thank you.
okay, Daksha Mehta.
Yes.
Yes, you are audible. Yeah.
I already asked my question, actually.
But your hand is still
Okay.
raised.
So Kushagra.
Good afternoon. So I got 314 as best of two. My first two choices are CS in Pilani, CS and MNC in Pilani. I was not sure for the third choice between ECE Pilani and CS Hyderabad. One of the other concerns was that do these renowned software or IT companies allow MNC or ECE students for campus placement?
Well, the MNC batch has not made it past even the first year right now, so we cannot be sure. But yeah, definitely, if they're allowing computer science, then there is no reason why they not allow MNC. So you can be, very sure of that. So don't worry about placements. MNC will be very good in that regard.
You also have first part of your question.
And like I said earlier, EC, like there is no restriction on whether or not you can sit for placement for certain companies. ECE and computer science and ECE and computer science are definitely allowed to sit for all companies, irrespective. So I don't think so you'll face any issues whether you take ECE or computer science, and from a placement point of view, you'll be allowed to sit for placements if you clear the CGPA cutoff.
Okay, and in terms of all the parameters, should I choose ECE Pilani or CS Hyderabad?
Again, it depends on your interest. I know it's a little early to decide, but ECE and computer science kind of are in, like, they're like a fork. It's like a fork in the road. They're not along the same path. They differ, I would say, not vastly, but they do differ a lot in terms of like the courses you'll be studying and the way of thinking that you'll develop. So it's on you to decide whether you want to venture into the semiconductor industry and electronics side, or you want to continue with like the computer science industry. They're
What
two very
options do you
different
have
things.
exactly? CS in where? CS where and EC where?
EC in Pilani or CS in Hyderabad?
Oh, well, I had the exact same option. Oh. So I was, I was very confused, just like you. You're supposed to be confused. It's simple answer. If you're looking for going towards, let's say, IT, or you want an easier life in general, definitely Hyderabad. If you want to keep your options open, go through the hard academic path, definitely Pilani EC. If you're not very sure, okay, if you're sure, then there's no point of this question. But if you're not sure, this is the way to go.
Yes, really.
Where are you presently?
Me? I am in Hyderabad, yes. And yeah, I do not regret my decision even of it. So yeah, it has been good.
Okay, so Kapil?
Next.
Audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Right. So mathematics and computing is a new branch. So I just wanted to know, should I put it above Goa and Hyderabad CS? Like it'll obviously be after Pilani CS, but should Goa and Hyderabad CS be above that or below that? I have no particular preference for either mathematics and computing for CS.
Oh, well, it depends on your interest in math, I would say. If you see the curriculum which is sent, very early in the chat, there's a mathematics and computing curriculum there. If you're interested in math, then I would definitely put that over CS at other campuses. But that is just me. If you're not very sure, even putting CS Goa and Hyderabad would be a good way to go. I think your query matches the one of Anushka Sharma, if I'm not wrong.
No, the
So yeah,
problem I'm facing is the new branch, so I just don't know whether to put it.
doesn't matter, to be honest. See, if you look at the courses and you compare it to the other branches which already exist in BITS, I think there's only a few, not even a handful, like one or two new courses which we have not heard of. Maybe at max one or two. So what is a degree at the end of the day? It's a combination of courses, right? So if you have a senior who has done that course before you, then you're good to go. It doesn't matter what your branch is. So don't worry about MNC being a new branch.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Ahan?
Can we start? Can you start our video and then ask, because that would be better.
I think I have some issue with my video.
No problem.
So I had a couple of questions. One, I wanted to understand, are the minors the same across all three campuses?
Minors.
They are minors and opals, right? So the reason I'm asking is my son is interested in doing probably a lot. He's getting ENI or he's getting economics, MSc economics. So I'm just considering if he were to take up ENI, because he has an inclination towards finance. So I was just wondering if he can take up ENI or EEE and also take up minors in finance. He need not take up MSc economics. So my question is really coming from understanding if minors are the same across campuses, and so there is no campus preference in that sense.
Well, actually, see, the minors are not same across campuses, but if you're considering only finance, then you're good to go. Finance is the most famous minor across all the three campuses.
And
So yeah,
all minors courses are the same across all three campuses?
Yes.
So which minors are different? I mean, where can I read the list of minors? Actually, I was trying to look for it. I could not find it.
Yeah, I can send you the Hyderabad list. I am not sure of Goa and Pilani, but yeah, I'll
That'd
find
be
it and
great. If
send
you
it in
can
the chat
send me,
box.
and if anyone here is from Goa or Pilani, and they can also send it, it'll be very helpful. The other
surely.
thing is, thank you. The other thing I wanted to understand is minors are only available for BTech degrees, right? They are not available for MSc degrees.
No, they are available for MSc degrees. So I did apply for a CNI minor, that is Computing and Intelligence minor. So it is available, but to complete the minor, you will have to stay during, like you'll have to use up one of your summer vacations. For example, like currently, the people who have taken the minor, they're on campus completing the minor courses. So because we're doing all 2 degrees already, we don't have the credits, we don't have empty slots during our normal semesters to complete the necessary courses in the given amount of time. So that's why students have to take a summer term and stay on campus and complete a few courses. So that's what's different for dual degree students and single degree students.
Okay, but otherwise, in terms of number of minors, etc., there is no restriction.
No, there's no restriction.
So how would you send the list? Would you post it on the forum or you would email it or?
Well, I'll send it here. I've uploaded this on Google Drive just like right now. So give me a second, I'll upload it here.
Okay, great. Thank you. I had just one more question. From a finance placement perspective, would mechanical with a finance minor give you the same prospects as say Eco plus ECE?
Yes, dualites do in general get a higher preference for finance companies because you've been studying economics as one of your courses. So that kind of builds the base of your understanding of finance. But definitely you can sit for placements and compete with mechanical with a finance minor. So the only difference is that for MSc economics students, there is a term that is called offshoot. So that is basically the sum of the grades that you get in each individual course. So each subject is out of 10. So, and there are 6 subjects or 7 subjects in the finance minor. So the offshoot is out of 60 or 70, 60, 60. So for MSc economics students, that offshoot is not considered. Or actually, it doesn't hold that much value. But for mechanical students or single degree students who would be sitting for placements, their offshoot is taken into consideration as one of the major criteria or major selection criteria. For example, an offshoot of 60, for example, an offshoot of 55 plus would kind of be the criteria for some companies, for example, JPMC or Morgan Stanley. And depending on company to company, that may change. So that's the difference that is there for single degree and dual economic students.
Okay, sorry, I did not understand what offshoots is. Could you just explain that?
Yeah. So offshoot, like I said, for example, you have courses A, B, C, D, and E, right? So you get a grade out, you get a grade in each one of them, 1 out of 10.
Okay.
So you have 6 subjects. You sum up the numbers for each subject. For example, you got a 10 in one subject, you got a 9 in another subject, you got a 10 in the third subject, and so on.
Okay.
So a total is calculated out of 60.
Okay.
So so like CGPA, companies use this as a criteria. For example, companies would say we only want a student who has an offshoot of 55 plus out of 60.
Okay.
So again, that's reflective of your grades, what you got in like those subjects.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
We have Suchitra now.
Hello.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, sir, I already had a question. Just one more question regarding was this thing. What is the difference between computer science and computer engineering?
Oh, well, I think I can answer that because I'm in CSE. Well, talking purely in terms of bits, so there is no computer engineering branch. There's only engineering and computer science. But about other colleges, firstly, once again, look at the curriculum. What computer engineering is basically computer science plus a few electrical engineering courses. I can name them as well, but I'm not sure if you. So there is microprocessors, there is digital design. So basically towards electrical engineering side. Computer science does not have that. It is more on the theoretical side. Yeah, but that is not relevant in terms of bits because we only have 1 degree.
Okay. It is just about like again it is about 2+2 program. I already had a question about it because US universities are offering computer engineering, and here in BITS-Pilani it is computer science. So if we go for it, computer engineering that is offered by US universities, so will it take him away from software jobs?
Not at all, not at all. Computer engineering is CS plus electrical. It's a bit of electrical, not like entirely. Electrical, which is used in computers. So if you could think of it that way. No, it will not take him away from CS jobs.
Okay.
Software side.
And if I wish to explore more about this program, 2+2 program, where should I contact? Because it is being launched this year only. I have no idea about the curriculum and other details. So will it be possible for you to throw some light, or you can suggest some source where from I can get the details?
Well, I can ask a junior of mine, or if, okay, Adi and Samat, you're in second year, right? So you will have some batchmates which are in RMIT. So you could provide their contacts.
Speaking about Goa, there aren't really any RMIT students that I know of. I think Pilani will have. Like, I don't really have any contacts of RMIT right now.
Yeah, I think Goa doesn't have RMIT, right?
Yeah,
So
Goa
it's only
doesn't have
Hyderabad,
RMIT.
Hyderabad
Hyderabad
EC
and
and
Pilani.
Pilani MEC. Yeah.
Pilani does have RMIT, but I'm not in. None of my friends are, are in the program. I can't really say much about it, but overall, the academics regarding the first and the second year, they are the same throughout the branches, whatever branch in the RMIT program that you choose. And then I think after that, you'll have to shift to the RMIT campus in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure, but overall, the competition is in mechanical, especially since in RMIT mechanical, I think, yeah. So Theat is an RMIT mechanical, and he's telling that the competition is doing well. There are few students who, because they are sure that they'll go to RMIT, they get laxed. But overall, I think the value remains the same throughout with regards to the other BE branches as well, irrespective of the fact whether they are RMIT or not.
Okay. As this is a new course that is being launched from this year only, what could be the limiting factors about the program
Campus
safety? Yeah.
program safety, I'm pretty sure if BITS-Pilani is offering this program, then program safety would be there. But regarding to campus life, there are some issues in clubs and ASOCs where people don't prefer to choose students from RMITs only because they're going to be on campus for 2 years as compared to other students who might be there for like 4 years and might be able to contribute more. So that's one thing that I've noticed.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Sure. Vidyut?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, I have two questions. So currently I'm getting NIT Warangal Electronics as well as BITS Hyderabad Electronics. So which is better in terms of placements, college life, everything?
Can you please repeat your question? I didn't hear it.
I think NIT Warangal versus BITS. Same branch.
Is it the same branch? Oh.
Yeah.
Which branch exactly? Electronics, right?
Yeah, electronics.
Yeah. So, well, I do have a friend who left NIT Trichy CS for Hyderabad CS. See, the thing is, there are two very different institutes. If you are looking for, let's say, research or something, definitely go for NIT because, government funding is much more than the private funding. Placements wise, I think both will be at par. If you want like more cultural diversity and, okay, just to put it fun, then definitely BITS. Yeah. You can choose what you would prefer more.
Okay. And my second question is, I'm also interested in doing mechanical engineering as well. So, what is the prospects for doing mechanical engineering as a BE and taking computer science as a master's in abroad universities, just to get a grasp of a core knowledge as mechanical?
Okay, I think as for undergrad mechanical, Samarth can answer this question better. But for undergrad mechanical, then MScs later, I can answer that. To be honest, if you have the option, please do not do that. Even CS people have a lot of difficulty if you're from India. They have a lot of difficulty to get a master's abroad in a very good university. So if you're mechanical, you're obviously lowering your chances. Given you want to go for CS masters, if you want to go for mech masters or let's say MBA or something, then it's better for mechanical. But if you have the choice, then please take CS or in the worst case, electronics. If you're very sure of MScs, although I don't see how you will be sure of masters if you have not even started your bachelor's. This is something which my seniors told me, and that hits me now. For undergrad mechanical, I think Samarth can guide you better.
Yeah, so what was your doubt exactly regarding undergrad and mechanical?
Yes, I just wanted to know how overall mechanical placements would be. And so basically, I want to learn the core of something than directly jumping into computer science, where I could do computer science as higher studies. So I could grasp on something at the initial stages.
It's gonna be a heck of a workload, that's for sure. Like even in mechanical, there's a lot of stuff that in our first year we have one course CP, and other than that, I don't think in mechanical there's any other course that's barely even, remotely even related to CS. So that's something that you'll have to do in your own free time and build up on that. So it's basically just adding to your workload. If you want to take MScs. Sorry?
Will an electronics to CS and masters be easier?
I'm not.
Electronics
I don't
to
think.
CS. No. Okay. In comparison, yes. In comparison to mechanical, definitely, but not in comparison to CS. So yeah, if you have an option, if you're very sure of MScs, although once again I don't see how you can be. I get it. I was there in your place like 3 years ago. I totally understand that, but I would refrain from choosing mechanical if you want to go to MScs. Because see, the thing is, okay, I'll let you know. I'll break your bubble. I'll burst your bubble. Foreign universities do not really care much. Okay, which college you're from. Okay, if you're from IIT or BITS, it matters. I get it. But at the end, it is more about your CGPA, LORs, project research, and all that. So most of them, they do not even know what BITS is, or some even IITs what that is. So branch matters a lot, I would say.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Nitin.
Organizing this session. My question is for my son. He's keen on comp science always, but the options that we today have are Manipal CS, IIIT Hyderabad. He may not get CS, but I think he'll get ECD or he'll get Geospatial, and that's a 5-year program. And the other option that we might get is MSc, most likely at Hyderabad, between economics and physics, based on his marks and past rankings. Any guidance would help, please.
So I was in a similar situation. I had Manipal Computer Science as an option, and I had Hyderabad MSc Economics. So between Manipal and BITS, I would definitely say choose BITS because the alumni network is, I would say, much stronger. And in terms of the overall campus culture and the environment that, as a new student that you would be getting is much better in BITS compared to Manipal. And I can't speak for your choice between the triple ITs, but definitely between these two colleges, BITS is the way to go. And MSc Economics is definitely an option that would open up a lot of doors in the future.
Mr. Nitish, you would.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Harshit.
Actually, I met someone yesterday who's getting admission into IIIT Hyderabad. It's a UGW program, right?
Yes.
I think if you have that option and BITS Economics, do not even consider Manipal. It's the easiest way I can put it.
Yeah.
because both of these programs are really, really good.
Yeah.
The only thing with Triple IT Hyderabad is that it will be very hectic. Secondly, it will take you around 5.5 to 6 years to complete the program.
Agreed.
I think you have heard of it, right? Because see, it's a 5-year program on paper, but most students, even the most intelligent ones, they complete in 5.5 to 6 years. And the result is very great, I can assure you that.
Yes.
But yeah, my point is, you can choose between these two and not many one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to add one thing to this for Triple IT. I was getting Triple IT Hyderabad and I was getting ECD and one or other CS courses there. The more important thing is that Triple IT Hyderabad is a very academic intensive college, perhaps more so than Triple IT Delhi also, is what I've heard. I had to analyze in depth of it because I had two viable options, right? I had Goa CS and I had Triple IT Hyderabad, ECD and all that stuff, right? So most importantly, if you want to get a clearer idea on this, because it's a really good option, right? However, there is this thing that when you are in that research part of it, you have to complete your research papers. Otherwise, graduation can be put on hold, right? That is the thing which I have heard. That might not be entirely correct, but that's what I've heard from some sources, right? So Triple IT Hyderabad is a very academics intensive course and it's a lot of focus on research.
Yes.
Placements are really good and it's really comparable with all the other colleges, but it's an extremely research intensive college is what I have.
Thank you. Thank you so much, panel.
We have next question.
Ishani. Yep.
Hello.
Hello, can we have your video, Ishani?
Am I visible? I asked that I'm getting COAP electronics, and from my BITSAT marks, I could get civil or chemical in Goa or Hyderabad. So which should I take? And if I take civil or chemical, then is it possible in second year to go to CS?
So I'll take this question. I was in your place a year ago. I went to BITS in the last few rounds. I was in COEP for 2 or 3 days. I was in mechanical there. So one thing that I noticed immediately, it was a very important decision, right? So I had already taken my admission in COEP, but I had to take that call. Was I happy here? Was I, satisfied with the facilities provided in the college? And I'll say that's one of the best decisions that I've ever made. And I'm being very blatant about this. Only because at the end of the day, COEP is a GFTI. Even though it has a great alumni network, even though it has you'll get decent exposure there, but you can't compare it to BITS. That's one thing I learned. So even if it seems as if you're getting a lower branch, maybe civil or chemical in BITS, but the payoff would be exponentially higher even if you get a mechanical in COEP. As per the branch change, it's very difficult. In BITS-Pilani especially, Goa and Hyderabad, I'm not really sure. But in Pilani, I've seen people with 9.2 CG not be able to get the branch of their choice in Verti.
Yeah, please, sir, anyone who's considering branch change in BITS, any of the campuses, please do not bank upon that. 9.2 is, in fact, even less. I've seen 9.8 guys not getting it. Please do not bank on it. That's my only 2 cents.
Yeah, this time the CS Verti for Goa was around 9.7 or something, and I don't think anyone took it because all the top people were CS.
Yeah, that's the point.
That
you
is
have
the
to
point.
get the CG of the top 5 students in that particular branch, and the top 5 are already scoring.
Are already in the top 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Are already in the top 5. So that's another mountain to climb. So
in our batch, I think the cutoff was 9.8 something. One of my friends did that. And let me tell you, 9.8, you might think it's easy, but it only takes one credit course and one professor to be mad at you to reduce your grade. So please do not bank upon it. I think we can all agree on that.
Or just 1 week of cold cough can do the wonders.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay. Tamoji?
Hello, I'm asking a follow-up question now. I had previously asked and it answered. How is the iteration system in BITS actually working, and how many rounds are there, and how does the selection process work?
Hey.
So I'll take this one. So basically, the iterations are entirely dependent upon the number of people and like how the seats are changing and all. That's like based according to some algorithm which we are not like we do not know. But basically, how the iteration system works is this, right? You have a list, as I said before. You have a list of all the people who are applying for the counseling, right? And they are arranged in the descending order of their marks. So the highest scorer will be on top, and likewise it goes down, right? So then you have the seats available, right? So the highest scorer has filled their preference order in a specific order, right? And so they will get the first preference to get their seat. So let's just say the top scorer chooses Pilani CSE, they get that. Then as you go down the list, the people they start filling the seats, and let's just say maybe Pilani CS and Pilani MNC are filled. So the next person which comes, they are allotted their second preference if they are filled those two on top. They are allotted their next preference, and so on it goes as you go down the list. Now, what happens in the next iteration is some people they leave from the counseling, they get some other college or they choose not to go to BITS. So then those seats are empty. Then again the same process is repeated with the people, and that's how the iterations proceed. That is how basically it works.
I just had one more follow-up question about changing from a dual degree MSc chemistry to, let's say, an MSc physics, maths, or any dual degree. So how hard is it, and how exactly does that process work?
Yeah, Karthik, I think you can answer that.
Yeah.
I think we've answered that question already. No?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, I'll just, like tell it again. It's again based on your first year CGPA. The vertical transfer is relatively lower from an MSc to an MSc. For example, but it's higher depending on what MSc you would be choosing to move to. For example, the cutoffs are high, like I said, an 8.8 or an 8.6. That was the cutoff for a vertical transfer from maths to economics. So, and it also depends on batch to batch and campus to campus on what the cutoffs would be.
Oh, fine. Thank you.
Yes, we have Chandni. Yeah.
Wanted to know how good is MSc Biological Sciences and which campus should I prefer for it?
So I have a friend who's in MSc Bio. So definitely it's an extremely interesting course if you have some amount of inclination towards biological sciences. That would open up a lot of opportunities in like that industry. Whether it's good or not is entirely dependent on your interest. If you're interested in bio, you would love that course. Otherwise, it would be a little like the coursework would be a little bit difficult for you to handle. And in terms, if you're concerned for opportunities, there is no restriction for that. You can sit for all placements. There's nothing stopping you. There's no one stopping you for that.
And
Actually,
just,
sorry, you can go ahead.
yeah, just adding to it, I think at times in say BITS, it can be considered with respect to MSc courses. In IITs at our times, it was often considered with respect to say biotech, say textile or metallurgy. When you are thinking that you are using these branches to eventually move to your preferred branch, okay, everyone pretty much enters the college with that thinking only. But what you must realize is that you might have to stick to what you are choosing or getting for next 4 to 5 years. So what I'm trying to suggest is that only if you are interested, then you should consider. And yes, you should give your best. Based on that, hopefully you can get up to say mechanical, electronics, computer science, everything. But choose something which you are really interested, because at the end of day, you might have to stick with it for sure.
Yeah, adding on to what Atul sir said, if so for any bio person who I have met and has taken bio willingly, out of choice, I have always seen them happy. There is one thing. About the campuses, I think Pilani ka bio department is the best, hands down, from what I
And
know.
it's newly renovated. This is
Yeah.
insider information, but bio department पूरा renovate हुआ अभी. एकदम
Even in
मस्त है.
height, I think bio department is really good. My friends, the ones who took it because of their choice, are really happy. I can assure you that.
Yes. I had from my experience, I tell you, I had my PsyD. He, out of 450, his score was 388, by the way, guys. Okay. And he took bio. And when he came to Pilani, and the professors, few of the people, they asked that by mistake, probably you have put bio. But he wanted to become doctor. His parents didn't, agree on that. So he took biological science in Pilani, though he could have taken 388 score out of 450. Okay. Right now he works with Ministry of Corporate Affairs, no, sorry, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and you know, he's IFS, by the way. So yeah, people are, if you really want to go ahead with that.
Yes, important thing is that you should be really not using it as a stepping stone, but you should be genuinely interested in it. So, like one of my seniors in IIT Delhi Biochemical Engineering, he went on for Harvard Computer Science as a master. So, it is totally fine. It depends what kind of opportunity you make at college, and accordingly, life can give you further better opportunities.
Nothing is certain. You don't have to, think too much. What do you think these people or people they are going to stick to their branch? You don't know what you do after 4 years. Okay. So be happy. Go ahead. Next question.
Yes. Anushka?
Sir, I did already ask this from a few panelists, but I'm still confused. So I would like to know that is there any difference in like if I choose MNC Goa over CS Hyderabad or like vice versa? And given that I do have a slight interest in programming and difficulty, I'm not considering the difficulty right now that MNC is slightly tougher than CSE. So yeah, I would like to know that.
I think I can answer the question once again. I think you asked me on personal chat. The reason I can answer that is because I'm in CS firstly. Secondly, I really love math. If I had this option in my time, I would have placed this at like the first position. But see, MNC versus CS, the debate really is, do you like math? Now, I understand that you're saying that you don't really care about the difficulty, but you have to realize you only have 24 hours in a day. So any amount of hours you put in one thing, you also will put in the other thing. So you might get a better outcome in the other. Now, if you are very indifferent, I would say go for CS. Very indifferent, as in you do not care, just like you said. Definitely go for CS. It is tried and tested. It is, I'd say, so I've seen the curriculum. I've pasted it over here in the chat box as well. MNC is a bit more hectic. There is that. About the opportunities, because see, that is what we all care about at the end of the day, right? Be it placements, masters, or everything. They will, I think, not very much. They will be the exact thing. Same thing, because what gets you a good IT placement is 4 courses. I will not name them over here because, okay, fine. But you can do those courses in MNC as well, and they will be offered to you easily. As far as opportunities are, being considered, there is no such difference. But talking about your personal preference, if you really like maths, then definitely maths and CS is the way to go. If you are not sure, then I would have gone for CS. Simple answer.
And just to add to Harshit's viewpoint, one important thing, Anushka, I think, is to realize when you say like maths of MNC, it is not maths of 11th, 12th.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah, so yeah, I figured that.
Yes,
Definitely.
that is very,
the type
very
of maths is
important.
very different.
Yeah,
Very,
I
very
forgot to say that. Yeah, thank you, Adil sir, for that.
Yeah.
If you are thinking what type of math it will be, please once again look at the curriculum which I've shared above. Google about it. You search on YouTube. That I think this is the best time to do that. If you're still very unsure, you can talk to seniors, who have done those courses. Please explore as much as you can.
Because when I entered IIT Delhi, I think it was only first or second batch of mathematics and computing graduated from it. So, so what Harshit has mentioned about difficulty level, about the academic rigor at MNC, it was very, very well established, and it is very well established even till today. So last year IIT was in news for various reasons, and if you see, MNC students are always who complains most about the academic pressure. So it is quite a tough branch for sure. So it's not the 11th, 12th maths we are referring to.
Yeah, this
That is why
maths
I
has more
said,
letters than
yeah.
numbers.
Even
More
the
That is why I
alphabets
said,
physics,
than numbers.
see,
Yeah.
even the
if you
physics.
are actually, so actually very indifferent now, just simply go for CS. Do not think much. I think everyone will agree on this. If you're really indifferent, and if the campuses are very similar, see, like Goa and Hyderabad, go for CS. That's it.
Got it, sir. Thank you so much.
Great. Mr. Nitin?
I have a add-on question, and this is specifically with respect to the dual degree program at BITS. I just wanted to know, of the total admissions that happen across the 5 branches, what percentage are able to get into CS specifically? Is there a percentage, or it is a quota by particular branch, like maths these many, economics these many, CGPA driven?
CGPA.
The top 100 dualites get CS. It's like that in Goa, as far as I recall. The top 100 dualites get CS.
Top 100.
It's like a rough estimate, you can say. If you're in the top 100, top 80, you can say that CS is there.
Yeah, there is no branch cutoff. There's no branch
Yeah.
quota.
You just have
It
to
all
get
depends
into
on
that bracket.
the it all depends on the number of students that are there in each dual degree. Because
Yeah,
MSc Economics has the largest batch size among all the dual degrees, so maximum seats go to MSc Economics. Then so on and so forth for each dual degree course.
If somehow economics students they realize to study day and night starting today, they all will get CS and none other branch. So it is not dependent on your dual degree. Definitely.
So if I gathered the information correctly, about 85-90 seats for each branch, about 20% people are able to make to CS from the dual degree program collectively.
No, not 85-90 seats for each branch.
Okay.
That's not the scenario. That's only for MSc Economics. For example, MSc Chemistry has 12 students or 11 students in total.
Okay.
And MSc Physics has somewhere around, I think so, 18. MSc Math has like a few more students, I guess somewhere around 25, 30.
These are campus specific values.
Yes.
Yeah, these are campus specific.
These are campus and batch specific. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but there is a difference in the batch size for there's a difference in the class strength for each dual degree course. It's not the same.
Okay. But you are saying that top 100 amongst the collective pool of dualites are able to get CS.
If I am to be a little bit conservative, I would say around top 80. Top 80 would be getting, if there are 80 dualites, if that criteria is fulfilled based on each
In
individual.
percentage terms, it will be around 25 to 30, but depends on campus. Yeah, 25 to 30%
Yeah.
you can think.
Thank you.
Yeah, 20%, 25%.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have one follow-up question. How is Triple IT Delhi as compared to BITS in CS, BITS Hyderabad?
So yeah, actually I'm from Delhi, so that is why I was getting NSIT Triple IT. On Triple IT Delhi was my first preference. And even towards the end, I was very inconsiderate. In Hindi we say 19-20 ka farak. That is the best way I can describe it. I was, if in that one day, if I had decided not to go here, I would have been in Triple IT Delhi. About Triple IT Delhi, it is very research oriented, very academic oriented. Campus life is, not that vibrant, but you are in Delhi, so make of it what you can. If you're really interested in that, definitely go to Triple IT Delhi. If you want to have more exposure in different areas, come to BITS. I think the fees is very similar for the 4-year course. At least at our time it was. So,
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, although it's a
think
government institute, it's the same. Yeah.
This thing which Harshit mentioned about academic vibrance is, sorry, not academic, but non-academic vibrance can be the key point of difference.
Yeah.
Because triple ITs, by the very nature, they have been established to cater to the academic needs. So that is definitely a very important difference. BITS, IITs, they offer exposure at a very varied level. So that can be one deciding factor if all other things are matching very nicely.
One thing about Triple IT Delhi is that they're very strict when it comes to anything. Okay, so you know what plagiarism is? Plagiarism is when you copy someone else's work. Now, I understand from the face of it, it will be very bad, but I think all the students can relate it. Okay, even in let's say humanities assignments, right? You know what humanity courses? Basically, you study, history or whatever, something not related to your branch. Even if you copy something from somewhere in the internet on that assignment, you will get a plagiarism and you will get a lower grade, or you will face a very high the repercussions of that. So it is very strict, is all I can say.
Okay, thank you. And one more question, sorry. In BITS itself, is there any difference in different campuses if you apply for a job or MS, anything?
See, I'd say that if you're getting the same branch in all three campuses, why not go for Pilani?
Yeah, the legacy benefit is there. Quant companies at
Yeah.
times prefer the legacy, so that's like a very small portion of the companies which come. So like quant companies, they usually take 2-3 people at max from all the campuses. That's
I
the
would
only
recommend that if you are completely fine with going to Pilani, and that is most of the time. Some very rare cases are there where some dermatologist recommends not to go to Pilani. I've seen those cases happening. Then in that case, you can go to Goa, Pilani, or if Goa or Hyderabad. If Goa or Hyderabad is very convenient to you, then I understand. But in all the other cases, I think you can fill Pilani first and then decide between Goa and Hyderabad.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dhanvi.
Yes, sir. So according to my marks, I could get either Triple E in BITS Hyderabad or MSc Economics in BITS-Pilani. So which one should I prefer?
So like I said, I was in a similar situation, a dual, like based on my marks, I was getting a dual degree as well as a single degree. It depends on what you want to do. If you're okay with Triple E as a degree, it offers a lot of opportunities. You can definitely go with Triple E. If you want, like, if you're more inclined towards computer science, if you want another shot at it, like I had, like I wanted computer science so bad, that was the main reason I took up MSc Economics. So if that is your mindset, then you can take up a dual degree. You can, try your luck again. Otherwise, a single degree, like there's no harm in taking a single degree course.
And like which one is better if I want to upgrade my branch to CS or something?
If you want to upgrade your branch to computer science, then as discussed, dual degree is the way to go. The cutoffs are lower and it's relatively easier. So if you want to switch to computer science, then you should definitely choose the dual degree.
Is the MSc in Pilani better or Hyderabad?
Can you repeat your question? I couldn't hear you.
In Pilani is better or in Hyderabad?
MSc, right? I think we answered this question like just before this one. If you're getting the same branch, go for Pilani. Don't be scared of the competition.
Yeah, but for MSCs, the main issue is the cutoffs in Pilani are higher. So it's 8.13 for computer science in Pilani and 7.87 for computer science in Hyderabad. So
I would say
you
don't
can
be scared
see
of that. See, when you're entering a college, you should not be worried about getting, let's say, 0.1 or 0.2 here and there. A lot of things can happen in college.
So that was the point. Now, Harshit, as a dualite, I can say कि there is a lot of stress when you join. वो डर रहता है कि if you mess up in your first year, then you can get something really bad also.
Okay,
And
so
अगर
let's say,
ज़्यादा गंदा मिलता है, then you feel even worse.
so okay, let's say Pilani mein you get at 8.2 or Hyderabad mein let's say get at 8.1. I don't know the exact numbers, but let's say these are the numbers. Can you, okay, so 0.1 difference, can you not give it to the grading differences in both the campuses?
See, if you want, like she's asking with respect to the best chance of getting computer science. So obviously the best chance of getting computer science would be in Hyderabad because of the lower cutoffs. So that is in terms of pure giving yourself the best chance, Hyderabad would be better if you're confident enough that you would be able to, push through everything and score extremely high, which is very difficult to say from the outside. Then you can go for Pilani. But if you want to maximize your chances, then you can go for Hyderabad, the same way I did. I was getting MSc Economics in Pilani as well.
I'd like to add to this. This is like this is something that I've seen in my hostel, especially in my wing. Most of them were dualites. And now maybe this is a case of competition breeds excellence, but the average across my entire wing was somewhere around 7.8 to 8.2, somewhere between that. And so yeah, there's a lot of factors that affect your CG. Suppose one of those guys was in another hostel, maybe not surrounded by other people who are equally motivated to get a branch, to get a CS in a dual degree, maybe he would have not gotten such a great CG. So there are a lot of things that affect your CG. It's not just how motivated you are, it's about the type of people that you surround yourself with, the amount of time that you dedicate to your studies as compared to maybe your clubs, because you are going to explore all of that. When you enter your college and you sign up for the Gmail and all the forms start coming in, you want to apply to this club, you want to apply to that club. Trust me, most of your time in the first 2 or 3 months is going to go to this. So even me, I barely studied for like 2 or 3 months. I was just scraping through with all the tests and due tests and whatever it was. So yeah, that's just part of the experience overall. That's what I'm saying.
Any other question? Or are we done with that?
Yes, sir, I have a follow-up. So according to JOSA counseling, I have a chance to get into NIT Patna CSE, which is a 5 years program. Should I consider it over this?
NIT Patna, what is the ranking of, like, in terms of NITs, which rank does it fall at?
60 something.
16th.
60.
Oh, in terms of NITs. I'm not really sure of NIT, but I would refrain from giving any advice, but yeah, I am not really sure of it.
नितीश कुछ बताओ, पटना से हो ना?
डिपेंड करता है कि आपका लॉन्गर पर्सपेक्टिव क्या है. आप कंप्यूटर साइंस में जाना चाहते हो पहले तो ऑप्ट कर सकते हो, नहीं तो ट्रिपली हैदराबाद इज गुड टू गो.
My longer perspective is to pursue MBA and all.
MBA तो आप I think MSc Economics is better.
Yeah,
Yes.
see, one thing which
Correct.
I don't understand. Okay, a lot of people might hate me, but why, if you're very sure of MBA, why even do engineering? Are you not aware of the CAT cutoffs for engineers? Okay, for a girl it might be less, but in general, okay, a general engineering male has to get like 99.9 something to get into a half decent college. For a non-engineering, let's say BBA background or BCom, it's very less, much lesser than 99.9. Why even consider engineering if you're very sure of MBA?
नहीं, I would say कि मतलब I spoke to a few people. Everyone says कि the thought process and the analytical way of thinking that you develop in engineering does help in MBA and आगे चल के in jobs. So plus you're just out of college, ये question तो यार मतलब थोड़ा तू भी सोच. Did you even think?
No, if I'm not sure of what I want to do, then it's fine. But if I'm very sure of an MBA, although I don't know how that will be, but considering I'm very sure of MBA, why go for engineering?
No, I think what Harshit has been constantly nudging everyone is that you are trying to think based on your understanding till now, and you are thinking about something which will happen after 4 years. But in these coming 4 years, everything you have learned till now, it would just look very minuscule what you are going to learn in coming 4 years. That is the main difference. All like whatever you have learned till now is very, very, I would say, kind of thing which has been given to you. And now you would be exploring, now you would be experiencing and learning everything on your own. That would drastically change your thought process. That would drastically affect your decisions. That's what Harshit has been nudging from the very beginning. And I think for now, we should take a decision which is enabling us to do something now, but not something which can help you after 4 years.
And also,
You
like,
should optimize, but not over-optimize.
Exactly. With regards to everything else and like higher studies and all, do realize that BITS as an institution, it does provide a lot of stuff, right? And given that it is a tier 1 college, it is a tier 1 college for a reason. All the alumni networks and everything, the people around you also affect, as Samad said, right? Like all the people around you also help, right? So there are a lot of people who plan for this MBA, higher studies and all that. and there are dedicated groups for that in our college, right? So given if you are planning on higher study and you're spent on that, right, BITS will obviously offer a better platform than any other college which you are.
Thank you, sir.
Any other question?
Seems like we are done.
They are done. If there are no
Seems like
questions,
yes.
then probably we can wind up. So thank you so much everyone for joining us. Thank you Harshit, Samarth, Nitish, Adi, Karthik for answering the questions. If you have any other question, probably you can try to put on YouTube chat. We will try to answer them. And once again, best wishes. And let's see. Hope to see you as our juniors. Okay. Good times, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you for your for the session.
Thank you, ma'am. Welcome.
Bye.